told you that you could build an entire guitar solo career on a single string? That's right, you can play everything on just one string. My name is Jason Earnhardt, your guide at Levels for Guitar. And that's right, you have the entire orchestra on one string, on a single string. That's because there's only 12 notes in music. And so it only makes sense, if you have 12 frets, you have 12 notes. And therefore you can play any type of melody as a lead guitarist on just a single string. And I'm going to explain how that works. Now for those of you who are beginners, you don't have to understand music theory to make this exercise work. You're going to have a great time playing this. But if you want to understand why this works, I encourage you to join the Levels for Guitar program because we step by step help you to understand the music theory behind what we're about to do. But all I need to do is give you a backing track, and if you combine the backing track with those notes that I show you, you can do the things that I'm going to show you here in this lead guitar solo. Now for those of you who are more advanced, this is a great practice tool. And the idea is to restrict yourself to a single string, and then later on when you go back to your normal form playing, you can move more freely across the fretboard on any string. And so you can use any of the phrasing tools that you've learned throughout your career. For those of you who are beginners, we're just going to focus on the legato slide technique. So we're going to use a single string, a single finger, and then we're going to use a phrasing tool called legato slides to make these sound really good. Over this backing track, we're going to be playing the notes of the C major scale. And that's what we have listed here. Without getting involved in too much theory, I can tell you that the notes of the C major scale are C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If you had more frets on your guitar, you could continue going through the alphabet. And so it goes in both directions, from C to C. There's no H note in music, so when you get to G, it starts all over at A. That's why it does that. So that is on your first E string. This is a neck diagram. These numbers are showing the frets on your guitar, and then these letters are showing you the strings of your guitar. There's your big E, and then there's your little e. And we're going to be playing on the little e across the C major scale. After looking over the chart, we can begin playing the notes on the guitar. So I want you to take your first finger, and we're going to put it on that C note on the 8th fret. And that is your C note. And then we slide over a whole step to the D note, and then our E note, F, G, A, B, and then C. I have a 24 fret guitar. I could keep going in this direction if I wanted to, but just get familiar with as far as you can go within the C alphabet. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Sound familiar? And then we can go in the other direction. So we can take the C note, go back a half step to B, and then A, then G, and then F, and then your open E. And then just keep doing that. Get familiar with those spots on the guitar that you can play. If you play a note that doesn't belong, it's going to sound bad over the backing track. So get familiar with your C major scale on the bottom string by playing the single notes with one finger. Now I'm going to show you your new phrasing tool, and it's called the legato slide technique. And all you're doing is you're sliding from one note to the next. So we take our first finger, you maintain pressure against the fretboard, and you get your legato slide. You're sliding from one note of the scale to the next note of the scale. And as you get better at that, you can slide to any note of the scale. So it just takes some practice. You don't have to use your first finger. You can use your second or third finger to make the slide movements. If you find that you're wearing out the skin on your first finger, you can go to your second finger and work that out. It's just a really great tool. I love this bendy vocally sound. It's much better than going. It's just more interesting than just flat out playing the notes. Now, one aspect of playing the guitar, especially a lead guitar, that's often overlooked is rhythm. And rhythm is extremely important. I've seen players who can play the notes really fast, but they're out of rhythm and something just doesn't seem right. And the reason is because people like to dance. And so you want to play in rhythm so they can feel that beat. And that's what you want to do. You want to establish rhythm. We're going to talk about quarter notes and eighth notes over this backing track. And so the first thing I want you to do is to practice counting quarter notes as you play the notes of the scale. So here's how we do that. We count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's all you're doing. You're just counting to 4 as you play the notes of the scale. And when you get better at that, you can start mixing up the notes any way you want. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I just randomly played notes within the beat and it sounded okay. So I want you to start off playing quarter notes, no legato slides, just get used to establishing the quarter note value. Now to challenge some of you beginners, I want to go ahead and throw in some eighth notes. It'll make this a little more interesting. And so eighth notes are twice as fast as quarter notes. Here's how we count them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 quarter notes sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when you get used to counting that out, you can begin playing. So we're going to mix in eighth notes with our quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can mix in our legato slides. We're going to keep it in the context of our rhythm. Let's mix them in with quarter notes on the slides. So here's an example of how that would work. If I'm starting on a C note, if I want to go to D, I would just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how that worked? I attacked the note on count 1, and then I slid on count 2. So 1, slide, 3, slide. 1, slide, 3, slide. Just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Let's try it over the backing track. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, slide, 3, slide. 1, slide, 3, slide. 1, slide, 3, slide. 1, slide, 2. Now we're going to mix in eighth notes with our legato slides. And here's how that works. They're a little quicker than quarter notes. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 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 3, 4. So all I did is I mixed them in with my quarter notes. And so as you know, you play the note and then you slide. and then you begin the count 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So when you're doing quarter notes, you're attacking the note on counts 1 and 3. But when you do eighth notes, you're attacking the note on every count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1.